Hey guys, this is Stuck on Pandora with the Miko Blitzkrieg build. This is a team-oriented build. It's going to mostly focus around synergizing with a strong tank or a strong DPS player, and having a third or a fourth support player, someone else to boost you, really helps along. What we're going to do is I'm going to walk through the helix choices that I take. Okay, we're going to walk through this, and with each choice, I'll try to show a demonstration. We're going to end with a few incursion clips where this is big, because it's like we're getting like 7, 6, 5-minute victories on incursion. It works in Meltdown too. These weren't just stomps. We had one really close match I'll show a clip on. And then we'll talk about gear choices and a little discussion about endgame Miko. Hopefully, we all learn something. Alright, let's run through this build. Breathe deep. It's our prime. We have 3 goals here. Heal the hell out of our allies. Heal the hell out of ourselves. And allow our allies to get either a kill through priming them, or not allowing an enemy to escape with a finish. How do we do that? We use Cloud of Spores. Alright, so remember our 3 Miko goals. We want to prime and finish enemies. We want to survive. We want to allow our allies to survive. So let's demonstrate Cloud of Spores. In this case, Vengagun, he's my DPS buddy, okay? He's going to get those kills. Okay, so I'm constantly going back and forth between healing Vengagun and allowing some damage to come down the line here, okay? I'm looking at his health bar more than my health bar. Those 105s, alright? Ambria made a quick escape. Ambria has that, she gets that overshield when she's absolute. But now we have Cloud of Spores. And we're going to throw that down on Wrath here momentarily. And that is going to allow this slow to occur. Alright, in that case we got the finish actually. And there's like another clip I have with us using the slow to get the kill before they can run out. Now in this case, look, we just focus on our teammate. We could have been the Miko that wants to do DPS, but we're not going to do that. We're a Miko that wants to win and allow Galilei to do what Galilei does, or whoever your DPS player choice is. Get the slow, alright, but let your DPS player do his job. Alive. We go pure healing with Heal Thyself and Biosynthesis. How do we keep our allies alive? Anytime that we can augment our heal power, we do it. Breathe deep instead of movement speed. We'll be buffing the movement speed through gear and later down in the build, but you shouldn't make it there. You probably should be level 5 by the time the game's end. Alright, breathe deep. There's your prime. That's 100% slow. Early game, that's real big because everybody's got low health. They're not very strong yet. Heal Thyself. Heal Thyself is it's Miko's bread and butter. It's how he stays alive. They had to nerf this. Alright, this is what is you'll see in the video, us to tank some sort of ridiculous stuff. Because even though they're focusing on Miko, anytime he can pop the biosynthesis, he's good. And you train your DPS player, whoever you're running with a tank, to body block for you. Okay, so in this clip, it's way too close of a match. So the Vengagun and I decide to get in deep and take a risk. Now you're seeing some chaos on the screen. Alright, some clutter and everything. That is totally normal for a Miko. But this demonstrates the heal thyself. I went in there with 100 health and started popping the heals on Vengagun, popped the biosynthesis, and almost instantly I got 2/3 health there. Now you're going to see the Cloud of Spores with the slow again. So there's our prime. Alright, extra healing, of course. You can go DPS, but why? So there's a couple things going on in this clip besides just the 13 extra heal power, but that's the basis of starting to get the big numbers. You're going to see a 138 here at the end. And the point of this clip is that we're now putting out so much healing that we can tank the base turrets. This is now officially the best prime in the game. Pretty much. Because you have extreme healing going on your buddy, and you can apply a stun. You just have to get that direct hit. It's a pretty sizable ball of matter, whatever, organic matter. Alright, so we have quite a few clips of just like a stun, and then you're just throwing kunai in somebody's face. But in this clip, it's going to look like I missed. This is actually a setup. We had a Reyna who is really backing up the team's defense really well. Why do we do this? We go for dots because Miko gets good at ad control. He gets good at mobbing in the lane, which is going to give him levels, and it's going to keep the enemy team suppressed in closer games, and there are closer games. But if you don't have pervasive poison, go with pandemic. And the same thing here, if you don't have plentiful healing, I would go with the damage, because the kunai has good distance, has good range, and finishing is one of the key goals here. Okay, bots do a surprising amount of damage. You're going to see yet another Spore Ball setup. This goes to the right of Montana, applies the mycology to the bots, so they're going to sit there, they're going to burn, they're going to get wiped out, and Vanga Gun can set up a kill. Oh, can I get out? Can I get it? Yes. Alright. This is when we get our speed boost. He's already extremely fast. He'll almost always be taking damage because good teams will focus Miko. You'll see in both these clips that Miko, once he has his speed boost, which is taking damage, it's mostly a get out of jail free card. But with the Blitzkrieg build, we've combined that with movement speed on the gear, and so it becomes an offensive trait as well. And you can see in both these clips, we circle around the enemy. We're moving so quick that we're setting up stuns from the left and then circling around to the right. And Galilei is there too, so they're getting jumpy and nervous. It's also a good time to mention Miko's specialty, which is the body block. You're going to see that many times the prime of Miko is twofold. I'll throw a Spore Ball in, then Vanga Gun is going to go get the front or the back, and I'm going to sit there, whatever side they're not looking at, and melee them into Vanga Gun. So now we're really fast. This is what they were talking about in the nerf. Like, he has too much self-healing, and he has too much speed. Well, own it. Alright, biosynthesis, now 6 seconds. You were doing like 2 seconds of self-healing before. Now you're almost constantly sitting there, regenerating health. And that cooldown is not that long. Now you have an 8-second stun. So, what was the best prime in the game, arguably, when you're running the duet, the Blitzkrieg build, is now even better. Alright, this is the end game discussion. This is going to demonstrate why I do not think that Gali, or whoever you decide to run this duet, because I'll tell you that you can run it with an Atticus, a Boulder, Montana. Anybody with a nice health pool is viable for the Blitzkrieg build. I don't think it's overpowered because, one, I've gone up against teams who run the same combo and we beat them. If it was truly overpowered, it should be a stalemate. And number two, this is endgame. This is, Miko is going to die, and you need to accept that, and he needs to focus on his heal. And this is Vanga Gun saying, this game is objective-based, not kill-based, and going full bore against the Sentry. This was just a two-man. This was not a pub stomp, and it was a game we were losing the entire time. So we came back, and this was a team that focused the healer. We had to rely on sacrifice from both sides, and I think that the end game of Battleborn has huge potential because it's really deep. And I think it's going to be about saying one or two people is going to be allowed to get the kill, and when it gets past that point, the games are going to be really competitive. And I'll leave you with some raw emotion here because everyone's on this big believe in Battleborn kick, and I want to show that this game is really good.
Going the whole time.
Get the, come on.
Yes! Yes! They got it under! Yes!
I died. That's not a big deal. I died to win the game. Battleborn is objective based. Once you accept that you are playing a role for the game, try to own that role. And the KD might suck for you, but in this case, I died, and Vanga Gun is able to survive. And what does Vanga Gun do? He does not go after Melka. He keeps swinging at the Sentry. And we should have lost this game. Score-wise, we were definitely going to lose. We were getting murdered. I never ran We Are Many. Very questionable. It seems like the mushroom disappears almost instantly. Like, I've tried it in PvE. Not a lot of luck with it. Go with damage. Again, prime and finish. I like to throw the mushroom out behind the guy. And the mushroom can act as a block. If you do not have Healer's Oath, which makes your heal beam start to pop the 160s, the 150s. It's kind of out of control when you gear it right. Self-healing. Just make your self-healing even better. You're on the field, there's a good chance your team's on the field. So here's everything put together. And we had 4 guys in our team. This was really the Blitzkrieg build, which was Caldarius Shadow. He's playing our Lone Wolf Hunter guy with some damage, really fast. He's our assassin. And we have Marquise, actually both our assassin and another support. You'll see I'm going to leave a full 7-minute incursion run at the end of the video. that he is laying down speed boosts that allow Galilee and I, or whoever your DPS is, to run all the way to the front. But here you're seeing the Spore Bomb. You're seeing the heavy healing. We even get to taunt on the sentry, and because biosynthesis is there, we stay alive. I'm gonna go 2 primary pieces of gear with this build. We want movement speed, and we want heal power. Again, buffing what is strong with Miko. Make him faster so he can stick behind his teammates, and also he can escape. And you buff his heal power because that's what throws those huge heals on. There's something to note. The player that you back up, the tank, the DPS, whoever that you're going to be running in with for that initial push, needs to try to run a healing received item. Now we have an amazing one here we can talk about, but again, this is based upon maybe you didn't get RNG, but you can run a white of this with 14% healing received. Say all you have is access to whites. Alright, well here's 14% heal power for 420 activation cost. There's almost 6% movement speed. That's less than 1,000. That's less than 1,000 and you're almost running this already. I'm only running that primarily because it's has that nice kunai damage buff that we talked about with mobbing. This third slot is very open-ended with Miko. You can try to get some more damage in, and you can run shield penetration. You could try to become even better at killing adds in the lane and go CC duration with the mycology. The most important thing to know is that you're buffing the heal power, you're making him faster, and that your teammate that you're backing up should run healing received, okay, in any form. It's always going to be like this amulet thing, and it would be even better bonus points if you get some damage reduction on yourself, because you're going to be getting those kills and you want to stay alive, and if you're alive, Miko's alive, and vice versa. If you're this far in the video and you came here just for the build guide, feel free to leave. I leave the 7-minute incursion run that we had on here just so you can see how everything synergizes. You have Marquis giving us speed boost, which gives us a very fast, aggressive initial run, an assault into the enemy. And Blitzkrieg ignore the infamous government in which used the strategy. What do you think about the Book of 5 Rings? And that might come off as a little hokey to you, but you know, it's all that advice holds true, written by a samurai warrior hundreds of years ago or whatever. He talks about laying down on the enemy and applying constant pressure. And Battleborn at its heart, I think, is a game of aggression. So that's what you see. You see Marquis making us faster. You see Caldarius getting picks with the assassinations. And you see Galilei and I using the Blitzkrieg duo to just try to destroy the sentry at all costs. I hope you guys enjoyed this, and you have a good one. Oh, it's the
What the
digital.
fuck are you doing over here, bitch? Nah, bitch, come here. Come here.
Yes! That was so fast.
Tara, run up there. Tara, you gotta run that thing. I'm chasing the what's her face back to you. They finna retire. Alright, awesome. Something to I like what she just said. You got a mark on it. I went back up the middle. The second. Don't think just because you run behind a turret. I'm gonna get hate mail. I should get hate mail from that.